everybody, it's Nicole here and welcome to the Tillage Village. I hope you are all well and having a wonderful start to the week. As you know, there was a hurricane in Florida, so we're praying for all those who were greatly affected because the situation is extremely dire there with their houses, their property, boats. A lot of people have lost their lives, so I'd encourage you to keep them in your prayers. I wanted to talk about some of the things that disappear off the shelves when there's things like a disaster, a crisis, a hurricane, an earthquake, things like that. So one of the main things that went fast would be water, bottled water. Everybody was after bottled water. Everybody's looking for water. Most of the stores did not have any water, so if you had water and you were already prepared, then that's wonderful. If you didn't, and you're just living and preparing your food, etc., from day to day or week to week, then there would have been quite a bit of trouble because a lot of people didn't have any water. Now, one of the other things was eggs. Eggs went fast. Obviously, we have hens, so we don't purchase any eggs. But eggs went really, really quick, and there was no eggs at all. One of the other things is milk. Milk went fast. There was no milk, and flour also went. So there was no flour. You couldn't purchase any flour. All of those things disappeared. Now, for those who are going to purchase things after a disaster, a hurricane, or something like that, they would find that a lot of the power was out in the stores. So all the meat would have been wiped out. Some of the fresh produce would have been gone. All the bread was gone. So there are those things that you can think about and prepare your home, prepare your family for when things like that happen. Now, because it's not going to be the first and it's not going to be the last, so these things are going to continue to happen. And as we go into the fall now, the temperature here today was in the 50s. So that's a drop from about 5 days ago where it was in the 90s. So it's dropping into the 50s. It's going to be pretty cool all week. Now imagine now for those who are further north or the middle of the country, and you're going to have the winter weather's coming in. Think now if there's a snowstorm that comes in, how are you going to be prepared for that? Are you prepared? So those are things that you need to ask and to ensure that your family, your home is prepared. Do you have the wood to heat your home? If you use a wood stove, a wood fireplace, do you have those type of things? Because wood is plentiful in a lot of southern states, but those in states where you get a lot of snow, unless you're on land with a lot of acreage and a lot of oak trees, etc., that you can use for fuel to heat, then you're actually going to be a little bit stuck if you don't have access to that, or if you haven't planned, because the days are fast approaching winter. So try and get everything accomplished, try and get everything stored up and prepared. All it takes now is one major disaster, because the infrastructure is already fragile in this country and around the world. So it takes one disaster, and then things begin to really crumble, and they crumble fast. For those of you who are able, maybe you could think about getting a greenhouse or a hoop house, something like that, so you can start to prepare winter vegetables, so you're able to keep those, or keep an area that is warm above obviously a certain degree, so that the vegetables, etc., you can keep growing through so you ensure you have a longer season. For those of you in an earthquake zone, really, I'm encouraging you to try and get your preparations in order, squared away, and pray. Just have things in place. So keep preparing for winter, so that you have all your things in place, because if the weather continues to drop and we have a very cold winter, it's going to be very cold and then very long. So try and ensure that you have all those things put in place, and I will speak to you soon. Speak to you next time. I'm going to show you next time what I'm doing with some of the extracts that I've made, so that will be exciting, and it will help, especially when we're coming into Thanksgiving and coming into the Christmas season. So take care, stay safe, be strong, be strengthened in the Lord. Jesus loves you, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye.